I'm not saying I'm backing out. All I'm saying is this really a good idea? I mean, there's a ton of people out there who give their opinions on shit every day, and they're like smart people, okay? I look like Peter Griffin. Do you have any idea what that's going to do in the comment section? I'm going to give it a shot. I'll do my best. Oh, fuck, we're recording. Hey, guys, how you doing? My name's Jay. This is Unspun Media, and this is my angry-ass hairline. How y'all doing? This is the very first episode of Unspun Media. This is the first video we put out on the internet. So I'm not going to talk about any issues today. I'm not going to talk about the news or current events, although that's what we're going to do on this channel. Instead, on this episode, we're going to talk about who we are, why we're here. I'm saying the word we a lot. In reality, I'm the only one that runs this channel, really. But I say we because I want this to kind of be a group discussion sort of thing. What I want to do on this channel is I want to talk about current events. I want to talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. Stuff happens all the time. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news right now that's worthy of being talked about, absolutely. We're going to get to stuff like that in the future. But what I value most in this country is that we're all allowed to have our opinions. We're all allowed to discuss these things. And what I don't like is I'm seeing lately that people seem to have forgotten how to think for themselves. It's like the media and politicians and people like that have created like these divided echo chambers. You're either on red team or you're on blue team. And if you're on red team, then fuck blue team. And if you're on blue team, then fuck red team. And it shouldn't be like that. Okay? I have this theory that I call kind of the bell curve theory. Okay? Or if you're familiar with a bell curve, it looks like this. That. I got to get used to this spacing. Sorry. Anyway, it looks like that. There. And what a bell curve indicates, it's really common to see when it comes to trends, okay? Like, for example, if you look at how old people typically are when they die, you take 1,000 people and you measure what age they were when they died and you plot that on a graph. You're going to find that a lot less people die at young, early ages and a lot more people die right about 65, 75, somewhere in there, and then a lot less people live until they're 110. And, you know, everybody knows this, but when you plot that on a graph and you sort of draw a trend line, you see the shape of a bell. And that's very, very common with trends. It's my belief that that's how it probably realistically is with people's political views if they're not influenced by propaganda. But it seems like we've been kind of turning that bell upside down for the last 5-10 years. It's like everybody's being shoved off to the extreme left and the extreme right, and to be in the middle is kind of foreign to a lot of people. And that's sort of where I live. I live in the middle. I have a lot of liberal views. I have a lot of conservative views legitimately on both sides that I feel strongly about. And it's weird. It's like I talk shit about Donald Trump and I find a Trump supporter who calls me a libtard. I tell somebody I carry a concealed handgun damn near everywhere I go, and I got somebody else that calls me a fucking Trump supporter. I'm like, how do you know anything about me because of two things that I've told you? It's that sort of mentality that I'm trying to conquer. And I don't see any of that anywhere ever. It's like you get all these talking heads in the media, and they really don't care about the issues themselves. They care about you watching their show. And they're going to do whatever it takes to get the most ratings possible. And unfortunately, the thing that draws the most ratings is controversy. So they try to create controversy and they try to make allies out of their viewers and they pull you into their echo chamber. And you've got these talking heads who are telling the country what it is they're supposed to think, depending on what channel you're watching. So what am I going to do about that? I'm going to create a channel and become a talking head. I know that's what it sounds like, but I'm telling you up front, I know that I have my own biases, but I really feel like it's a more healthy approach to not be afraid of other people's opinions. If somebody has a dissenting opinion from you, you should consider that an opportunity to learn something. You may continue to disagree with a person, but you'll learn more about their stance. You may learn something new and change your mind, but you'll never learn anything by living in an echo chamber. That's kind of what I typically rant about, and that's for the most part why I made this channel. Aside from that, I just want to have a place where I can sort of share my opinion and maybe create a little community, because I haven't lost faith in humanity. Okay, I see some problems with how the media works and how people act on social media and stuff like that, but I don't think people have been corrupted. I think there's a lot more people like me who do think for themselves, and there's a lot of people out there who probably don't think for themselves that don't realize that that's what they're doing. So what I hope is that, we can kind of create a little community where we have this sort of unspoken rule that it's okay if I disagree with you. We can continue to disagree and be friends at the same time. That's something that's totally possible. Even though the media will have you believe that everybody who disagrees with you is the enemy. That's not how it's going to be here. Otherwise, I probably should have said this at the beginning. I'm not really a PC kind of guy. I don't really do political correctness. I don't act offended by things because society says that I should not like that. If I'm offended by something, I'll tell you. But, I've got thick skin and I don't let words hurt me. So that's how I'm going to kind of talk on this channel. And I'm not ever going to really censor myself. I mean, I'm not an obscene person, but I use profanity. And if that offends you, I'm sorry. Go to the search bar on YouTube and look up Disney or something. This may not be your channel if you're like that. And if that costs me not to be able to monetize my videos, then don't fucking care. I've already got a job. I'm pretty much just here to chat. So with that said, that's the kind of thing you're going to see from me. What I can tell you is that I'm going to commit to doing at least one video a week. It's going to come out around this time every week. From this point forward, we're going to be talking about current events, might do movie reviews, whatever's trending in the news that I find interesting, we'll talk about on this show. If you have any suggestions on what I should talk about, hit me up in the comments, hit me up on Twitter. You can follow me at Unspun Media YT. Right there. Pretty soon we're going to have a Facebook page, we're going to have an Instagram account, things like that. If you like what you hear, come back next week, hit that subscribe button down below, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. I wasn't bullshitting, I do look like Peter Griffin. Which probably isn't something I should be proud of, come to think of it. It's kind of cool though, it's a good show. Anyway, you guys have a good one, we'll see you next week. I gotta work on these outros. It's actually a lot harder than you would think to gracefully end a show. Like, what do you say? Like I had all this stuff I wanted to say in the video, and now I don't really know what to do to end the show without being awkward. I guess I'm just gonna go. Just move this microphone, and I'm gonna go now.